the NBA champion, mental health advocate, super cool dude all around, working with Milkbone. We're getting to talk about his dog Vestry, who's a Vizsla, which is the dog that I grew up with. This is a big time moment. Kevin Love, good to see you.
Hey, good to see you, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it is our pleasure. So let's just start at the top here. Why Milkbone? Tell me about Vestry. How has he made your life better? Why'd you want to be a part of this initiative?
Well, Vestry's been such a great addition to us. And by us, I mean my fiance, Kate, and myself starting our family. Vestry is, like the quintessential, Velcro dog, being a Vizsla. Like she's just incredible. And I think that's, kind of where this partnership came from. And, Milkbone celebrates their dogs, and their birthday cake biscuit is something that Vestry just loves. So and listen, like I've been telling everybody, like Vestry's going to let you know if she likes something. All right. She's very vocal. She has that human quality to her where it's almost like she can speak through her expressions. She has a very human face, and yeah, she's going to let you know if she likes something. So I think for us, it allows us to feel okay in giving her these treats because they have the proper vitamin and minerals for her, and also she just loves them. So she asked for them since we brought them home. I gave her a couple today, actually sitting right here. So she took them and sat right next to me, right on my feet, and ate them. But she just, again, she loves us. She's a Velcro dog. She loves her treats, and that's why we hit in this landing spot today, because Milkbone and myself and Kate, we all just love our dogs.
Kevin, does she know that you're a world champion, Vestry? A 2016?
Yeah, she doesn't care one bit. I'm sorry to interject, but let me tell you right now, she doesn't care at all. She does love basketball though. I was dribbling the basketball around the house with her today, and she likes to play keep away, and she likes to sit on top of and just have us like try and kick it, get out of her grip. But she loves basketball. She loves to play, but I think she could care less. She loves mom and dad, but she doesn't care that I'm an NBA champion, and that actually kind of makes it good.
Do the 2016 Cavs still have a text chain that goes around?
100%. We have six of us on there. It's pretty much like the super veteran guys that were on that team, and we definitely have a great text chain that we had that we love.
Does anybody ever troll LeBron when things aren't going perfect for him? Like, what was the conversation after the dunk?
Not only that, but when he got the Razzie for worst actor, we sent him that. We thought that was pretty funny, but no, he takes everything in stride. Like nothing's off limits there. We know it's all love at the end of the day, and honestly, we have a bond that we talk about it sometimes in there. Just like, man, I can come to you guys with anything, good or bad. We can share it on here, and we have a bond that'll never be broken, especially in the the way that we not only won that series, but how we operated throughout the entire season, just having so much fun. That bond will never be broken. And I'll be seeing those guys, in June for my wedding.
It sort of feels like LeBron should end his career in Cleveland whenever he decides that it's going to be his last season, doesn't it?
I mean, that's like a storybook ending for him. I think, I don't want to, project and really, project what he may or may not want to do. But again, like, with where our team is trending and how we're set up to win for a very long time, and how much, Cleveland and Akron and all of Ohio loves him, that'd be great. Get Bronny over here too, and then we'll call it a day.
Call it a day. What do we think about this play-in game situation? I mean, you're sitting there staring right at it. It's going to be you or the Bulls or Toronto, and somebody's going to perhaps be in a situation they really don't want to be in. Do you think it's right?
It's funny. I felt a certain way about it when it first got implemented, because, I think how it's been, just the first 8 seeds just automatically make the playoffs, and that's how it is. But I think in terms of fan interaction and those teams that are fighting so hard throughout the year, that the 9 and 10 seed being involved isn't the worst thing in the world. I mean, I think we've until it actually happened and we saw how great some of the games were. Like, I can think of the matchup that could not have been better, and the game could not have been better, was Golden State and the Lakers last year. So you got Steph and Bron playing against each other in a playing game. That was pretty amazing. And then at least for us in the Eastern Conference, even if we were to end up, exactly where we are now in the 7th seed and be in the playing game, like we play, Brooklyn, and whoever wins that game obviously is in the 7th seed, and then the race for the 8th seed is against another 3 teams, including us, that have been awesome all year. And so in that regard, and in the Eastern Conference, which has been extremely good, really 1 through 10, I think it would be great for fans. And again, it gives that March Madness type of feel where you can be one and done.
So that just Kevin Love's a fan of basketball is what I'm hearing right there.
Exactly right.
Yeah. Speaking of fan of basketball, I'm just like, let's go back in time. You and Russell Westbrook and UCLA and a trip to the Final Four. And I'm just wondering, like, the attention that's been on Russ this year, and you guys have to have a bond too, right? You both have done huge off the court with donations and whatnot. He's been just under that LA spotlight. What's been your reaction to sort of everything he's had to take on this year?
I think I definitely had a little bit of an inside look into how he's doing just from being with him before and after the game last week when they were here. And Russ he knows who he is. I wish more people knew and know who he is away from the floor. And not saying, good or bad how he plays on the floor. People are going to react regardless. But Russ is, he has the biggest heart in the world. He's an incredible husband. He's an incredible dad. He's an incredible son. I mean, I've seen it since day one, but I'm super proud of who he's grown into and who he is in general away from basketball, even though he's had obviously a Hall of Fame first ballot career. But yeah, I think, it's been tough, man. He went home, played for a team that, he grew up loving and watching, with a player that he grew up loving and watching in Kobe Bryant. I can remember in college, his favorite player. I remember when we were in college, Powell had got traded to the Lakers. He's like, man, that's my favorite player. I was like, Powell, that's interesting. Powell's your favorite player. He's like, I love the way that he plays, passes, rebounds, scores the ball. And then look, he's averaged a triple double over the last 5 years, accumulation of a triple double, which is crazy to say. But again, there's going to be highs and lows in all of it. The Lakers in general haven't had the season that they thought they would. AD's been hurt. So I think, speaking of accumulation, all of that stuff being thrown into the pot is really a mixed bag and not what they expected or wanted. But at the end of the day, just seeing Russ last week, he's in a good place. He's in a good place. He had a good game against us. Obviously, it's been up and down for him, but I think he's been playing well lately.
Kevin, where do you think we're at with let's wrap up then on the mental health conversation. Like, where do you think we're at with that? I mean, the big thing that's happened this week was what happened at the Oscars and Will and Chris, and that's obviously not something that nobody wants, and Will's apologized. And I've seen a lot more guys, Kevin and KD's talking to fans more. Russ is having his conversation we mentioned. Like, where do we think we're at? You've been sort of in the forefront of this. Yeah, no, I mean,
I think pessimism makes for better headlines and is sexier in a way. But I'm hopeful that it's going to continue to get into a better place and having these type of conversations. And thank you for asking the question, because I think that's the only way we pay it forward. I think that's the only way that we help eliminate stigma and educate people. But yeah, I think, fan interaction in some cases could be healthier, but we always want to highlight the stuff that's bad. I see a guy like Darius Garland before every game taking pictures, signing autographs for kids, and making an impact on certain people's lives that we wouldn't otherwise see. And then, again, like everybody's going to remember the slap at the Oscars, but there were a lot of great moments that night that I definitely watched, and I didn't even expect to watch it. I can't remember the last time I watched the whole thing outright, but super entertaining, super fun to watch, and I'm a movie lover, so I took a lot from it, but definitely a lot to unpack there with the slap heard around the world, and understanding even Will Smith's mental health. He came out and talked about suicide and taking his life recently. So I imagine that there's a whole bunch of emotions that go into that. So I think from an elevated standpoint, and those guys having a major social footprint and being able to press a button and get to reaching millions and millions of people. Yeah, they set the example for a lot of people. So I just want to continue to pay it forward and again, focus on, the glass being half full and, the beauty of some things rather than, the ugliness of some of those moments.
Just quickly, do guys reach out to you more now than they did in the past?
100%. Yes.
Yeah. That's awesome to hear. Kevin, awesome to see you, man. Good luck the rest of the way. Say hi to Vestry for me, working with Milkbone. Pleasure to talk to you.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much.